and the best things in life are worth waiting for. I'm sorry for the brief delay, but we are absolutely thrilled to be here in London today for the international launch of our new Viva Glam spokespersons, the incomparable icons Cyndi Lauper and the Lady Gaga. Both women are here today to unveil the new campaign and our fundraising campaign, which, as most of you may or may not know, since its inception, our Viva Glam lipstick campaign has raised over $160 million for men, women, and children affected by HIV and AIDS. Both Cyndi and Lady Gaga have their own lipstick shade. I'm wearing a pochette with both shades, a beautiful pink and red shade, so I invite you all to check them out, knowing that 100% of the selling price of that lipstick will be going to charitable pursuits. Now, today we're going to have a conversation with these two amazing, iconic women, forces of nature and forces in the music industry and beauty as well, with a good friend of Mac and no stranger here in the UK, the incomparable Sharon Osbourne. So Sharon Osbourne, I'm going to invite on to the stage right now, who is going to lead us in a very interesting conversation with the Lady Gaga as well as Cyndi Lauper. Sharon Osbourne, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us here today. And thank you, John. You are quite magnificent. Thank you. And I can't tell you how flattered I am that Mac have asked me to be the moderator here for this little conversation we're having today. I guess they needed somebody who was quite loud and very proud, and I think I fit that bill, so thank you. You have to be loud and you have to be a bit proud to get your view across with something as important as HIV and AIDS. No use in being quiet or subtle. You have to be as outgoing as you can to get the message across. And Mac has clearly brought two of the most incredible forces together for people's attention to think and act differently about HIV and AIDS. It makes me so proud to watch such amazingly strong, talented, and smart women using their voices to support such an amazing cause. You know, people aren't always comfortable talking about such things as HIV and AIDS, but that definitely doesn't go for Lady Gaga and Cyndi. They're trying to make a stand here today, to speak out and get everybody informed with what is going on. We know it's not easy to talk about things like HIV and AIDS and safe sex. A lot of people can't do it with their friends and family. So if they can't, they should just let their family and friends listen to what Gaga and Cyndi have to say. Mac asked people around the world for questions they wanted answered by Gaga and Cyndi about HIV and AIDS. We've chosen a few of them to answer here today. So without any delay, let's get to it, because I'm dying to see what they look like. I am so honored to welcome the iconic Lady Gaga and Cyndi Lauper.
Look out for the hat.
Of course. How could you not? Okay, girls. Here we go. Ladies, as you know, we've all been brought here today to have an honest and open chat about HIV and AIDS. Your fans have literally sent in hundreds of thousands of questions via Facebook and Twitter for you to answer, and we've picked out what we felt were the most honest and interesting questions for you today. So let's start. Are you ready?
All right.
Right, come on. The first question comes from Anastasia Bate, and she would like to ask, what is your message to women around the world about sex?
Who do you want? You want to go first? Wrap it up. It's not complicated, it's just a fashion statement. I think what's so amazing about the Viva Glam campaign this year and the MAC AIDS Fund, with Cyndi and I doing it together, is that at this moment in time, women are at the highest rate of infection. We are the demographic that is most affected, and Cyndi and I represent those respective demographics in women 17 to 24 and
39 to 60, actually. Ironically.
Damn, I've missed it.
It's true.
The message that both of us can send everyone is also a message of sisterhood, which is alive and still very powerful. And the fact that lipstick is being used as a tool to spread the word, to me, is exciting because of the symbolism. Because a woman will always buy a lipstick. A lipstick is one of the most bought items in makeup. That women will always buy a lipstick. My 90-year-old mother-in-law uses lipstick. I send her lipstick, although I don't send her a condom because she's not active right now. But
she might be.
You never. Now that's another thing, you know. She might be, and if she was, I would say, Mom, use a condom.
I think, too, what you're trying to say is that a lipstick is a symbol of your womanhood and a symbol of your strength and your inner confidence. And I know for both Cyndi and I that sort of inspiring our fans as much as we can to be whoever they want to be and to express themselves and to be confident in who they are, so that at that moment when they are in a moment of weakness and vulnerability in the bedroom and the condom negotiation begins, that a woman feels strong enough and secure enough in herself to say, I don't have unprotected sex, I practice safe sex, or not at all.
And don't you think, too, it's about learning to love yourself, that you consider yourself too precious for that, you know? You love yourself. People have to do that more, to say, oh, no, not with this one, you know, put it on, otherwise go home.
Well, some women can say that, and a lot of us are fortunate enough to live in a society and a culture where that is possible. But there are other women around the globe who do not have and are not afforded that kind of negotiation. And so for those women, the MAC AIDS Fund is working with a pharmaceutical company that is developing a female condom. So no longer is there a negotiation. It is now in the woman's hands to protect herself, which is something that we need, because women economically and physically sometimes are always on the negotiation side of the table. And I'm thrilled to be part of this campaign, knowing that the 1250 pounds are going to, I gotta switch up that thing, you know? Are going to completely, the whole amount goes to the MAC AIDS Fund, which is serving the highest hits area first, which is Africa, parts of Africa, the Caribbean, and unfortunately the Bronx, New York, and Washington, D.C. But Washington, D.C. is on par with parts of Africa, which is shocking.
All right, our next question is from Rita Stem, and she says, with the awareness of HIV and AIDS being around for such a long time, do you think that it is still, people are still aware as they were in the 80s? No. What do you think?
Absolutely not. The statistics in the UK alone are that 72% of sexually active women in the United Kingdom have never been tested for HIV. That's 3/4 of the women in this country. And 82% of those women who are in committed and monogamous relationships say that they also do not practice safe sex. But I think it's important to remember that, and we read about it every day, and it's unfortunate, but some people in marriage, in committed long-term monogamous relationships are not faithful. And it's important to continue to get tested with your partner and to be open in communication about sex. And also, I'm single, and I make the choice to be single because, quite honestly, on the road, I can't get to know anybody. I'm in a different city every day. If I meet someone, I don't have nearly enough time to get to know them. And even Lady Gaga can be celibate. It's okay not to have sex. It's okay to get to know people and then feel all right about it. And you don't have to have sex to feel loved. Like Sharon said, you have to love yourself.
And two, I think that one thing that you said earlier on was that it's cool to be tested.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you just have to. It's delusional to live in your own kind of bubble of a world where you're invincible and it won't happen to you. This is not a gay disease. This is a disease that affects everyone, and right now it's mostly affecting women.
And, you get tested. If you don't get tested, that doesn't mean that it's going to go away. So you're better off getting tested and just find out. There are many things that you can get tested for, that are sexually transmitted. So as a woman, you got to do it. You got to take care of yourself because you know what? Happy people don't self-destruct. And we want happy people on the planet. We promote self-empowerment. Lipstick is self-empowering.
Liberation.
So you know what? You want to be liberated, you want to be happy, you got to take care of yourself. You got to love yourself first, and then you can love other people.
Very true. Okay, our next question is from Lizette Garcia. What do you feel is the biggest sexual challenge for women right now?
Well, the fact that you have to negotiate to wear a condom, somebody else to wear a condom, that's huge. And the fact that, honestly, there's two different standards for men and women, although men are in peril too if they're going to practice unsafe sex. But they can put a condom on, but what if you're with a partner that doesn't want to wear a condom and, you're his girlfriend, what they call girlfriend sex, and you're with somebody in your culture, you say put a condom on and they smack you.
I would smack him right back.
I had a little bit less of a serious
but you
answer.
See what I mean?
I was going to say the orgasm is the biggest obstacle for females in sex.
Oh, well,
I'm just listening.
All right, let's hear about that. Let's hear all about it.
Listen, I'm going to be realistic because listen, it's women talking about sex, right? And the ads are not like these really serious, it's not a really very serious ad campaign. It's fun and it's beautiful and it's colorful because sex is fun and beautiful and colorful, and we want to talk about it, but what I just said in sort of retrospect, it's women have the short end of the stick. We're the receivers. We're sort of taught through the media that we can't sing about sex, or we shouldn't portray sex in the way that we dress or the way that we speak. But nobody had a Trojan attached to the Rolling Stones album when it came out. It's very important that we remember that women can be just as strong as men. And if a woman were to feel confident enough in herself and identify herself as a sexual being, that when decisions come and when the choices can be made, you can say, no, I don't want to. Yes or no, you can take it or leave it. It doesn't feel like a gift. A gift to you.
I don't think that people here know what Trojan is. Trojan is an American company that make condoms.
I meant to imply that albums don't come with condoms attached to them, whether you're male or female.
Do you know what? Every year I work on a festival, a summer festival that tours America, and I invited Trojan to come down to every kid, take as many condoms as you want. Yeah. Take them. And there were people who were demonstrating, saying that it's not... You shouldn't do this because it encourages sex.
I had them at the Monster Ball.
Yeah,
Sharon.
But that's what you're dealing with, certain mentalities that you have to break down.
You have to be realistic.
Not for nothing. Oh, well.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, but they will protest anything. They used to protest me because of she-bob.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And that's a safe sex thing,
Okay, all right, next one. There's lots of questions about the inspiration for your special Viva Glam lipsticks. The question in particular from Daniela Duval is, how do you feel the color represents you both as artists and inspirational role models?
Well, that was a long question. I got lost. No, but I'll...
How does the color that you chose represent you?
I wanted a deep red, right? They said, it's not going to sell that much. I said, fine. Make one that'll sell. So I got this. Now, wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. So then I've been working with this thing, right? And I realized that this is a great tool for your kit because this is a sheer color like I'm wearing now. But before, you could also, because it's sheer, like say you have like a Cyber, which is also a MAC product or whatever, or there's, oh, wait a minute, there's another Viva Glam color.
We don't have that much
that
time.
Right,
come
but you
on.
can put it over it and you can make different colors. And this one is yeah, I know, these chairs.
Jesus,
Right, but this is a
Don't
great
go
tool
flying.
to have in your kit because
Okay.
it's versatile.
Mine is, I used to wear a color called Pink Nouveau. It's another matte color, and I didn't have much money to buy lots of expensive makeup when I was performing in New York when I was 19. It's about 4 years ago. And so Pink Nouveau was sort of my ta-da, the fame color. It made me feel so much more famous than I was. Nobody knew who the hell I was. So I used to put my color on, and I felt so good about myself. So I asked MAC if they would derive a more accessible color out of that color that sort of made me feel good about myself.
Okay, all right. This question is from Angeli Martinez, and she says that she's just lost somebody who she's very close to AIDS, and she wants to know why you've both chosen to be a part of the Viva Glam campaign.
Well, I lost somebody close to AIDS, a lot of people in the 80s and the early 90s. I was around in the beginning of it when we didn't know what the heck it was or understand at all. And I can say that over the years, the demographics switch and the people switch. It used to be one thing, now it's women. But now, to be able to step up and help, you know, you make a career and you do your art, but you can't ignore the people that you're singing to. When they got their arms out to you like this and this, and they're singing back to you, if you don't listen, you're heartless. So the fact that I could do this, I love lipstick, and I could do something that would help people, and we can sell this lipstick. You buy it, you help save a woman or somebody with AIDS. You help save the person you give it to, and you tell them, your little sister, your aunt, your cousin. You tell them about AIDS. You tell them to protect yourself. So we're part of that, and I feel honored and privileged to be part of that, and that's why I'm here. So we got to sell these lipsticks.
Yes,
just get the word out. Buy the lipstick. Help save a life.
Anything you want to add, Gaga?
Well, my fans, I always joke because I don't have a house. I just live on the road, and all my shit is with me on the road. All my makeup and my wigs and my clothing. And I joke that my fans are my roommates because I see them every day. But I really sort of the thing that keeps me warm at night is my identity and my sense of self. And that's what MAC represents for me. So when I go out on stage every night and I see my beautiful fans, I think about how much they protect me and how much they mean to me. And I would be doing a real disservice to them, and I would be a truly irresponsible and heartless person if I didn't protect them the way that they protect me. So being here today, I believe so much in the philosophy of teaching young people how to empower themselves through self-expression, and that's what MAC is to me. So if I can help make someone feel good about themselves, love yourself and wear this lipstick and remind yourself that you are the most valuable thing that you have.
Okay, well, this next question comes from Lauren Mahoney Morell. And she says, how will Viva Glam brighten the lives of those who are affected with HIV and AIDS?
Well, you want to do that? I mean...
Well, I think that the fact that we're still talking about it, and we're still really, really spreading awareness about it, and that the issue is not getting sort of swept aside because so many years have gone by. You were saying earlier how you said everybody has amnesia, and it's really very true. And to really shift the focus of the issue and talk about who is really, really affected by the virus now and who's at risk. Here in the UK, the 6 in 10 women that are affected by HIV, they are as young as 13 years old, which means that's the first time that they've ever been with someone else, and it's their first experience with sex, and it's not a good one. And I believe so much in education, but instead of putting the education into a program or an idea of education, we're putting it in the hands of ourselves, and as women, educating one another.
Yeah, and MAC, it puts, what is it, like 20 million?
Oh, well, 2.5 million goes directly to the women that are infected living in Africa and in the Caribbean. And then the rest of the money is dispersed around the world based on the need.
But it haven't since like 1994, MAC has raised
over $160 million.
Right,
60
which
million.
is just, I mean, it's breathtaking to think.
It's certainly not just for awareness. Right. It is going to help those who have HIV and AIDS.
Our next question is from Bonnie Gump, and she says, how has society's treatment towards HIV and AIDS changed over the years, or do you still think it's considered taboo?
It goes back and forth. One minute everybody's wearing the red ribbons, and the next minute it's like, hey, because nowadays young male gay men are just as reckless. Like, you can live with it. Living with AIDS is pretty tough. You can live with it, it can be treated, but, it's like, what happened here? We just finished talking about this whole thing, and now, like, women my age, they're out there because maybe they're divorced or they lost their husband or they're single moms, and it's like, so you live in Starvationville, and then all of a sudden it's like, sex? And what? You're going to self-destruct? You can't. You can't. And it's like people forget. And is it taboo? Yeah, it's like everybody thinks they're invincible, but they're not. Is it taboo? If it wasn't taboo, why aren't they telling the little kids before they go have sex? Yeah, you tell them to abstain, and if they don't and they're not protected, then what? Is it worth that? Is it worth not telling them? Is it worth not telling them how to protect themselves? See, so I think it is taboo still.
But I also think it's also the reverse side of it is that it hasn't changed. And I mean that in that some people are stuck in thinking that AIDS is still affecting the same people that it was affecting in the 80s, and that it can't affect women, and that it's a disease that is mostly affecting the gay community, which is not true. I can't tell you how many people asked me when this all came together, me and Cyndi and Viva Glam, they would say, oh, well, you and Cyndi and the gay community, and you have all these amazing gay fans, and your loyalty to the gay community. And I'm like, what era are you living in? It's not a disease that only affects the gay community. It affects everyone. And right now, it's not affecting the gay community as much as it's affecting women. And it's something that we have to focus on. And in that way, I guess, what I mean to say is it hasn't changed. Just some people are sort of living in this archaic way of looking at AIDS, and we need to get everyone into the future so that women can be smarter about having sex.
Everyone needs to be smarter. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea of this, to remember. Just to remember. And a lipstick, which every woman uses, will help you remember. Don't be a knucklehead. Take care of yourself. Spread the word, not the disease.
Don't be a knucklehead. Cyndi, that's so cute.
Don't be a knucklehead. Okay.
That's the headline.
This next question is from Matthew van der Hoeven Jacobs, and he asks, have your lives ever been personally affected with your friends or family, and what positive things do you learn from that experience?
You want to repeat that again there?
Okay. Basically what he's saying is, has anybody really close to you been affected with AIDS, and what did you learn from that experience? Was there anything positive that came out of it?
For me personally? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. My friend Gregory died. He was one of my best friends, and he died in 1985. We did the She Bop video. He told me he was infected. and I didn't understand what he meant. And I got scared for him, and then we went through the process, this horrible process, and of his death. And in the end, make a long story short, I started this whole thing with True Colors, the True Colors Fund, and I started working to help him and doing the thing with AIDS and helping people with AIDS. It's because he died of AIDS, and all the work that I'm doing actually was affected because my friend died.
There was something else you said too, though, earlier that was really sweet. Yeah. She said that ever since that happened, that she was always safe in sex and always extra careful because she felt like she was doing Gregory a disservice if she wasn't any other way. Right. And I think that that's a really, that really choked me up when she said that, because it's almost like honoring everyone.
What I said was, because of his death, to have unsafe sex is like dishonoring.
That's right.
I would just like to add one thing. I mean, I have a family member who has HIV, and the most positive thing that's come out of it for me is that it's not a death sentence. There is help there. There is people who are really concerned. So many places to go for advice and on everything. And he's doing fine, and he's wonderful. So that's a positive thing.
Well, that's good. I have friends who still live with HIV, but it's not easy.
I'm trying to find a good juicy one here. Okay. This one is from Katie Robbins, and she says, if there's one message that you hope to spread to your fans through Viva Glam, what would it be?
Love yourself, protect yourself, and fight like the death to protect everyone that you love that's around you. That's what I would say.
I would say, Viva life, Viva Glam.
Viva life, Viva Glam.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. That's fabulous. I love that. Okay, we're going to have to wind this up, but I want to ask you all to join me give a huge round of applause for these amazing women. And I just really want to thank you all and thank Mac once again. This has been an amazing session this afternoon, and it's so eye-opening and informative, and I just hope that we all keep spreading the words. Don't forget it. Don't leave it in this room. Take it away with you, and everybody that's watching on the old internet, take it with you. Don't forget it. And you know, you can make a difference. Just think what it takes. We all love lipstick, men and women. Just buy it, and you can, you know, you help so many people.
100% of this sale goes to the MAC AIDS Fund. 100%. Look, they're great colors.
You know, and women are standing up. Women are really standing up. And men. That this year, so far, the Viva Glam campaign has broken record for how much lipstick it has sold, which means that people are really talking about it. We're really addressing the issue, and it's making a difference. So that's the best news of all.
And if people don't want to actively join a campaign here, then you know what, the least you can do is go out and buy lipstick. So I want to thank you all very, very much for being here. Thank Mac, and thank Lady Gaga, and my good friend Cyndi Lauper.
Thank you, Sharon.
We love you very much.
Thank you, John.